Thank you for staying with us. If you were to see a video of a couple being brutally trashed in broad daylight in full public view, you'd assume it's perhaps from a Taliban in Afghanistan. But the video that you see on your screens, it's from much closer home. It's from West Bengal, where street-style justice was meted out to a couple for an alleged illicit relationship. In this video, a man is seen repeatedly hitting a woman with sticks as a crowd watches on in silence. She screams in pain, but he does not stop. The assault continues. He then turns to the man. He starts hitting him. Most of those members in the crowd that you see on your screens, instead of trying to stop that assault, appear to be actually helping the attacker. At one point, that man grabs the woman by her hair and kicks her as well. This man is a local strongman who has allegedly done this on numerous occasions in the past as well. Tajimul is his name. He's also known as JCB in the area. He's now behind bars. But his links with the TMC are under question. What makes it worse is the reaction that followed. MLA of the area of the ruling party, Hamidul Rahman, justified this outrageous attack. He says, "I condemn it, but the victim was also wrong." He says it was a village matter, and as far as Muslim Rashtra goes, these are the norms that reign supreme. He says in this instance, perhaps they went to another extreme, but this is how it works. We do condemn it, but this is how it works. A caveat that came through, he says, we'll condemn it, but what happens? Is that enough justification for him to shame the victim, to justify this kind of attack that has happened in West Bengal, in a state that's governed by a woman chief minister?
দেখেন, আপনারা তো মহিলাটাও তো কমপ্লেন করেনি, কিন্তু আপনারা বেশি বেশি খুঁজাই বেড়াচ্ছেন। কারণ মহিলাটা স্বামী ছাড়া অসামাজিক কাজ করেছিল। অসামাজিক কাজে গ্রাম্য সালিসি বৈঠক বসেছিল। গ্রাম্য বৈঠকে যা হয়ে আমাদের এই অনুপাতে একটা বিচার আচার করেছে, কিছুটা রং হয়েছে। আমরাও অস্বীকার করছি না যে রং হয়নি, ভুল হয়েছে কিছুটা। নিজের স্বামী নিজের ছেলে মেয়ে বাদ দিয়ে ও দুশ্চরিত্রবান হয়েছে। এখন তো একটা আমাদের মুসলিম কাস্টের সামাজিক আচার বিচার হয়ে থাকে, কিন্তু বিচারটা যেইভাবে হওয়ার কথা ছিল তা না হয়ে বিচারটা বেশি হয়ে গেছে। এটা নিয়ে আমরাও ওখানকার গ্রামবাসীকে বকাবকি করছি, বা আইনি যা ব্যবস্থা হয় সেটা করবে।
In Bengal, a combined opposition has slammed the TMC over this Talibani style of justice, including the left and the Congress, who are in alliance with the TMC at the national level. Here's why Mamata Banerjee and the TMC cannot shirk responsibility on this issue. This Muslim Rashtra defense that has come to the fore is by an elected TMC representative. He's an MLA. There is absolutely no action against this MLA, not even a show cause notice, not even an explanation that has been sought by the party high command. Now, Mamata Banerjee is not only the Chief Minister of West Bengal, she is also the Home Minister. She is in charge of the law and order in the state personally. She also needs to inspire confidence in all of her electorate, especially women of her state, as the Chief Minister, because several instances like this, including Sandesh Khali, have come to the fore just in the recent past. The TMC, while condemning this incident, has gone on record to say that this was much worse when the left was in power. But the TMC has been ruling West Bengal for at least 3 terms now. They cannot keep pointing to the previous left regime and say we're still much better. Can the TMC absolve any sort of responsibility on this? Shouldn't Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, come out, condemn this in the strongest possible words, axe her MLA with immediate effect? Let me ask that question and open this up. Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP, continues to be with us. Political analyst Manojit Mandal is with us. Anand Ranganathan continues as well, and Shikha Mukherjee. Manojit Mandal, why have we not heard anything from the Chief Minister so far? The incident happened yesterday.
So I think you probably did not hear from one of the closest and very big ministers in the, Mamata's cabinet, Ms. Chandrima Bhattacharya, and she categorically stated there is no question of any endorsement from the state or the party, which you are wrongly showing, because Mamata Banerjee for you, I think, is the softest punching bag for some of the media houses. Mamata can never endorse such situation, such incident.
I haven't said she's endorsed it. I've just questioned why she hasn't said anything yet.
So this question,
and that was the question I asked you.
Full responsibility. And now the sisters in the cabinet, Chandrima Bhattacharya, categorically state Mamata endorses. In fact,
police took sumo action to arrest this culprit for the despicable attack on the woman and the person concerned. The police took sumo action. There was no complaint from any side. Despite that, the police did what they did, the person is now in the police custody and justice will prevail. But why BJP is taking moral high ground? When they are harboring one of the accused of serial sexual assaults, none other than the governor of the state, Mr. Anand Bose, was accused of rape and molestation. BJP is taking moral high ground. BJP is taking moral high ground when the women of Manipur, they're paraded naked, and so far no justice has been done to them. In Bengal, there are such incidents quite horrendous, despicable. The government is taking action, the police is taking action. Nothing happened so far BJP ruled state is concerned. Please, they should not take any moral high ground and politicize this issue, because they harbor criminals, they harbor rapists. That happened in Banaras Hindu University, that happened in Hathras, Unnao, now also happening in the state of West Bengal in the form of the governor who is accused of rape and molestation.
Sure, the BJP may not be able to claim high ground and the BJP will respond to you on that. But Manojit Mandal, my question to you was simple about Mamata Banerjee. It's been over 24 hours. It's about inspiring confidence. But let me get in Tuhin Sinha as well. The BJP cannot claim high...
Mamata stated categorically through Chandrima.
Sure, you've said that. Sure. Sure.
He asked the police to...
Sure, and the accused on camera has been arrested. What about the MLA who went on to justify it?
There are several indications of late that suggest that the TMC...
Sure.
The kind of statement that he has made. Look, wait and watch.
We will be waiting, and the rest of the country and West Bengal is watching, which is exactly why justice needs to be done, and it needs to be seen to be done as well. But Tuhin Sinha, yes, the BJP cannot take high moral grounds as the TMC.
There are several indications that suggest that the TMC may be increasingly aligning itself with the Taliban philosophy. I'm appalled by Hamidul Rahman's statement that these are as per rules of the Muslim Rashtra. He's trivializing the whole thing. And nobody in particular, no senior leader of the TMC has come out and condemned this particular statement. Say 8 years ago, there was one TMC minister, Firad Hakim, who took a journalist from Pakistan to one of the areas in Kolkata saying, "Come, I will show you mini Pakistan." See, this is sadly the demography war, which the TMC is openly unleashing upon Bengal. And I'm sorry to say that many of these violent people are those people who have been illegally settled in Bengal from Bangladesh. So I think the TMC is playing a very dangerous game with the country. It has repercussions so far as national security is concerned. And, unless the CM comes out and publicly condemns Hamidul Rahman, why should we not consider that, what he said, that this kind of beating is as per the rules of Muslim Rashtra is the official stand of the TMC?
Can I come in?
Yes, Manojit Mandal, we are having some issues with your connection there. We'll try and reconnect that. But Anand Ranganathan, the opposition cannot claim high moral ground, says the TMC. But the fact of the matter is the TMC is answerable. Like I said, Mamata Banerjee, the chief minister, needs to come out and say that we will take action against this MLA. The police can't just pat their backs because the arrest was made suo motu and quite immediately.
Poonam, welcome to the Islamic Republic of India, where when you look right, there's a mob with Molotovs in hand glaring down at you. When you look left, there are intellectuals and academics itching to cancel and deprive you of your livelihood. Where when you look up, there's an effigy of yours swaying gently from a cable. And where when you look down, there's a freshly dug trench smelling of damp earth waiting for you to fall in, right next to where you are being flogged inside a circle of men and women baying for your blood while the police stays silent. Welcome. This is not our future. This is now our present. Resistance is futile. Submission is inevitable. As the TMC MLA said, and I quote, "In our Muslim Rashtra, such societal deliberation and sentencing happens," unquote. He's not been sacked. There's been no show cause notice on him. Welcome. We are an army of men and we can only follow. Poonam. Never lead like a one-man army, so there will be no more brave gurus, no more Banda Bahadurs or Shivajis. We are the sheep being led by Mahatmas to the slaughterhouse where la guillotine awaits. And as you wait for your turn, you can hear its distant rumble and then snap. Poonam, remember 2 years ago when in town after town, Delhi, Ranchi, Ludhiana, Prayagraj, Saharanpur, in state after state, Bengal, Maharashtra, Punjab, UP, there were reports of widespread arson and rioting and attacks. The sounds of azan were subsumed by the chants of Sar Tan Se Juda. Remember that? Scores were killed, and for what? Outrage over a Hindu quoting Islamic scriptures? What has changed since? You may hate his guts, but Akbaruddin Owaisi was absolutely correct. The only thing that stands between Hindus and their total annihilation is the police. Remove it for 15 minutes and it's all over. Poonam, they say the darkest hour is just before dawn, but where is the dawn? How many Bengal stories will you hide? You are hiding the 2024 post-poll violence, the brazen attack on BJP voters, withholding of funds to districts that voted BJP, blocking their water supply. But then you hit Bengal post-poll violence in 2021 as well. You hit the murderous attack on ED officials. You hit the Ram Navami violence, arrests of doctors who complained of COVID mismanagement, jail for sharing Didi cartoons, slapping of UAPO on Bhangra activists, sedition charges on journalists, threats of stopping government ads, political murders, ethnic cleansing, the alleged systematic sexual assault and torture of scores of women in Sandesh Khali. Are you also going to hide the suo motu cognizance of the Calcutta High Court? The assaults on gunpoint as told to the court, the recommendation by the scheduled caste panel to impose president's rule, the preventing of opposition parties to visit the victims. How many acres of carpet do you need to hide all this? Remember TMC Sheikh Alam?
Manojit Mandal, you had your time. I'll come back to you. Let him finish what he's saying, please.
Remember TMC Sheikh
You can rebut him. You're open to do that, but let him finish. I'll come to you.
This is the problem. This truth rattles people. I just finished in 30 seconds. Remember TMC Sheikh Alam, who boasted that 4 Pakistans can be created if 30% Muslims come together? How long before the slogans equivalent to Ralif Salif Galib are heard in Calcutta, like the killing of democracy at the drop of a hat? Where are all those New York Times and Washington Post lapdog reporters? Where are they hiding? In which corner of Khan Market, Middle Lane are they covering right now? The journalists and activists keep saying we speak truth to power. We speak truth to power. But in reality, they speak truth only to Modi. Not when those in power are Didi. Go on then. Hide even this Taliban-style mob justice. You do that. But when you sleep tonight, think of all those mothers and sisters who have fearlessly gathered courage to not hide this horror anymore. Not anymore.
Manojit Mandal, you had a rebuttal to make before I get in Ms. Mukherjee as well.
I think we are quite habituated with the slanderous run from this person who remains my friend of the camera, but we have been habituated with this. He's been doing it for the past few years.
Let's not get personal, sir. Get to the point, please.
I'm not getting personal. I'm appreciating my friend. I think we're quite habituated to these slanderous ran for the last few years without any possible results or consequences. Please hang on, my friend. Hang on. I will call you out in a moment. You talk about post-poll violence. Nothing has happened so far. Your CBI is investigating. Not a single TMC leader is arrested. You are talking about post-poll violence after 2024. Your principal leader in Bengal, Subhendu Adhikari, was fined by the court of law for making false claim in High Court just 3 days back. Please get yourself updated, sir. You are talking about moral high ground. What has happened in this country that the people are being paraded naked for 3-4 months at a straight, and there is not a single visit from the Prime Minister because it is ruled by you. What are you talking about? Despite all your ranting for the last
Manojit Mandal, how is that an excuse?
This needs a rebuttal.
No, you've made this point. You made this point in your earlier answer as well. But how is that any justification?
12 from 18. That's
No,
the power
this
of
is,
Mamata
can I, it's a very important,
and your
and that power is what your MLA seem to be using or misusing in this
if
case.
there is anything wrong within the party, within this dictionary, the TMC will take action. They have taken action within hours of this despicable incident. And you did not need to advise us.
No, sir, that action is not enough. Sure, arrest has been made. Okay, 2 weeks enough.
BJP people have said on camera that it was
can't get away with this fakery.
Nothing
The
of that
TMC cannot get away with this fakery. Manipur has a history of ethnic violence. Is ethnic violence taking place in Bengal?
And that's irrelevant. And that's irrelevant to what we're discussing. One crime is not bigger or smaller than the other.
Last week, if you have seen the way a woman has been paraded naked in Bengal for voting for BJP, and then they talk about Manipur. Manipur has a history of ethnic violence. Does Bengal have a history of ethnic violence? Or is it a, TMC manufactured violence?
They have replied you, they'll continue to reply you. Do not worry about this. You continue with this ranting.
No, what gibberish, I think we have better things to do.
Okay, Tuin Sinha and Manojit Mandal. Let me get in Shikha Mukherjee as well. Shikha Mukherjee, This is something, unfortunately, that we've seen in the recent past. This man who's now been arrested, who the state government, the TMC, claims that it was us who suo moto took action. We arrested him immediately, but he's known to have done this in the past as well. He also has that courage and the audacity to do it because he's allegedly very, very close to this TMC MLA.
Yeah, right. There are several things, and I really don't want to get into any kind of a slanging match with anybody. So please allow me to say whatever I have to say. For it did not take too long. First and foremost, I think that you're missing the wood for the trees, because the fact is that there have been at least 5 incidents of mob violence or of violence, including people getting killed by mobs in the state in the last 1 week. I think that is a pointer to a kind of epidemic of violence that is flowing through the state. That is a matter of serious concern. And there are 2 reasons why I'm saying this is a matter of serious concern. One, that people like Tajmul Islam and even Shah Jahan Sheikh seem to have some kind of an immunity because of their association with politics. Number one. Then there are these mobs who are beating to death people. In other words, the mob is delivering, is sitting in judgment and also delivering punishment amounting to death. Things are not good in West Bengal at this point. One, the police force obviously has no credibility for whatever reasons that may be. And the police force has no credibility for the mobs, which obviously have nothing to fear from the, they have no fear of the consequences of such violence. I understand that a politically protected person like Tajmul Islam or Sheikh Shahabuddin have some kind of an immunity because of the nexus between politics and crime. I also understand that the police is involved in this nexus. I also understand that the bureaucracy is involved in this nexus. As Mamata Banerjee herself lashed out and said on the 24th of June, she named and shamed people. Therefore, these incidents point to a situation where there is a dangerous erosion of the government's authority and the government's capacity to deal with this kind of violence. I think that is the crux of the matter. It is not whether some idiot MLA went ahead and talked about the Muslim Rashtra. He obviously has no clue as to what he's talking about. He has no clue that he has taken an oath on the Constitution and not on some Muslim Rashtra. He has no clue that the community cannot sit in judgment over individual actions. He has no clue that the community is not a police force. Obviously, there is a lot that is wrong, and there is also a dangerous erosion of the idea that the government has some kind of authority. And that is where the biggest danger lies.
But why do you think that is the issue? In most cases, unfortunately, there is no acknowledgement of the problem. Forget finding a solution. That seems to be the bigger issue here. Or is it just Shikha Mukherjee purposefully turning blind eye to these things? Is that what plagues West Bengal today?
I think that action in time and in the way in which it should have been taken, which should have been a deterrence. You know, a lot of action is taken as exemplary, as a deterrence. That has not worked. It seems not to have happened, which is why a mob can turn violent and fearless of the consequences of their violence. They've killed people.
The mob is fearless, Monojit Mandal. It has taken a lot of time, a lot of political patronage for the mob to feel that kind of fiercelessness, that they can get away with something like this. How can that be changed?
I certainly admire Shikha, but I would definitely beg to differ with her the police has taken action against the principal accused, and very swiftly so, without any complaint. The same thing happened in case of Sandesh Kali. The principal accused was nabbed by the state police, not by the central police, despite the fact that BJP's own agenda was punctured by their own people, saying that they were all fake complaints which were planted by BJP, led by none other than Subhendu Adhikari. The person is still behind the bars, and the police, he was, mind you, nobody knew this, whatever the name of this person concerned, nobody knew him day before yesterday. So if he was doing anything wrong, there was no complaint. So if the moment these things came out, the police took action. But Sheikh Shahjahan was, I think, in that sense, a bigger leader than this person. I think he was also arrested by the West Bengal police. West Bengal police.
Many days after there was a lookout notice and there was a case that was filed against him.
What are you doing with this, NEET and NET scam in Bihar when the bridges are collapsing? When such mob is there, you need to have a considered view on them. You can't arrest each and every one. The main person was arrested. If anyone else were involved, they can also be arrested. This is the Raj Dharma that Mamata's government plays, irrespective of their political color. This has been happening, and this will
I don't think it's irrespective of the political color. Many will disagree with you, including Anand Ranganathan and Tuheen Sinha. And I see both your fingers go up, but I have very limited time. Tuheen Sinha, 30 seconds, and I'll have Anand Ranganathan have the last word.
I'm just appalled at the shamelessness of the TMC. They keep repeating the police has taken action. It's not about the police taking action. It's the way they have normalized violence over the last many years. The kind of poll violence which uniformly takes place after every election, the way they assault BJP supporters. In fact, I'm surprised he does not recall that last week. Please don't barge in like this. Have some basic.
Monojit Mandal, it's not slander if it's true. We've seen those kind of visuals come out after every election.
And why is there a TMC?
Be it at the most local level or at the Lok Sabha level, violence has happened every single time there's an election.
I would much rather debate it with an official TMC.
Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. Anand Ranganathan, 10 seconds.
Now, I compliment Ms. Shikha. She has spoken the truth. And I am saddened by what Professor Mandal is saying. There seems to be no fear of the police in Bengal, and there seems to be no fear of the anchor on this show.
We really hope both of those things change. And for the people of West Bengal, for the people of this country, we really do hope there is more accountability and that is fixed. Mamata Banerjee, we will wait and watch how long it takes for her to come out and respond on this. But I thank all my panelists for joining us. It's a wrap from my side.